And if you don't want to learn all the process of making of this title or any of the titles, you can just simply go down below of any video and click on the description below and the link. You will click and you'll be redirected to a website, and then you can just simply get all the titles from there. They will be in a template format, and if you want the project files, you can just comment down below. I'll provide you the project files. Thank you so much. So hey guys, how are you all? And I'm back with the tutorial, and in this one I'm gonna make a paint typography, and I kind of like this paint typography. So you'll see what I'm gonna make, cause it will be very spontaneous, and I haven't thought anything what I'll make, but I have some things in my mind. So let's see what we can build from that. And by the way, if you haven't watched previous tutorials, so please, I highly recommend them. You should go and must watch all of those tutorials. Let's get head into it. So I have my software open, and here the first thing which I'll do is basically I'll come to this project settings, and here I'll change my timeline frame rate from 24 to 60 and hit save. Boom, it's now changed. Now I click on this effects panel and go to effects, and here I'll drag my fusion composition onto my timeline. And as you can see that we have our 60 frames per second clip. Click on it, go to fusion page, and here you will be provided with this media out one node. I'll click on my background, join this to my media out, and click on it again and click on this text plus node, and boom, it will automatically be added into my pipeline from background to media out. And here on this text, I'll type my text obviously which I want to write. So I'll write fusion, and it's a little bit blurry because I have my playback set to quarter. I can set it to full, and you have a clear playback. And I don't want dual viewers right now, so I'll click on the single viewer, and I'll click on this viewer and hit Control F in order to fit to screen. Or you can also come here and choose this fit. Okay, so first thing which we're gonna do is I'll change the position of this text to somewhere around here. You can even change the position from by coming to this inspector tab of this title and click on this layout tab, and here you can see the center X and Y position. X is for horizontal axis, Y is for vertical axis, so you can change those, or you can even click this little arrow square over here and you can change its position from moving this square. Okay, so what I have in my mind is basically there will be duplicates of this, so obviously we're going to add a duplicate node, but and let's add these sharing keyframes, and I'll come again to 65th keyframe and choose this sharing on X as well as on Y. I'll bring it a little down, and I think this kind of looks nice, but it's very simple and plain. So I'll right click on my text and hit edit splines, and here we'll have both of these. I'll hit zoom to fit, again zoom to fit, and we have these keyframes. I'll select all by hitting Control A and then hitting S. Now they are smoothen out, but I also want one more. I'll first change X axis. So let's do one thing. Hold Alt and move this in a horizontal way, somewhere about 40. Hold Alt and again move it to somewhere around 25. And now it will be a little bit smoother in my opinion. Let's see. Yeah, the X axis is a little bit smoother. Also do the same thing with the Y axis. Hold Alt, bring it to 40. Check this, hold Alt and bring it to 25. And let's see. Yeah, better than before. Okay. I'll also come here and click this and hit Control C because I want to copy this keyframe, and I'll go to my, okay, so we chose 65 over here, so I'll do 30, and on 130 I'll paste it again. Yeah, Okay, and I'll do the same thing with my X. Control C to copy this keyframe, then hit anywhere, and then Control V to paste. And we can. Okay, let's do one thing. Bring it a little bit more closer to maybe 115, and also increase this. So let's see what will happen now. Okay, so I'll increase this. Yeah, I think this is looking really nice. I'll select all of these, right click, and it's set loop to loop. And I'll do the same thing to Y. I'll take this and bring it forward to, okay, so in order to see my keyframe, just a second. Frame number 117. Okay, so I'll move it to frame number 117. Where was this? Somewhere around 93. Okay, I'll do the same thing. Take this, hold Alt, and bring it to 93. Then again, take this, first see where this X handle was, to frame number. Okay, so it's between. Let me just. Frame number 105. I'll take this and bring its handle to again frame number 105. I'll hit Control S to save it, and I'll do the same thing with this. Select all, right click, and hit set loop and check this loop. And now if I'll play it, so we'll have this kind of an animation. And I think it does looks good. Now what I'll do is I'll add a duplicate node after it. So hit shift plus spacebar and type duplicate, and I'll hit enter because I have already searched that. So in duplicate, I'll maybe add 15 copies of it, and in time offset, I'll hit minus 1.2. And now if I'll hit space, you can see that those are following. Okay, I'll reduce my blend a little bit to like 0.8765, whatever. Sorry. I'll copy this with Control D, paste it with Control C, and paste it with Control V. Take this and put this to this merge output, and this will automatically give us another merge. And now we can change the color of this text, which was shading. Now I'll make it somewhere like bluish, purplish kind of. I'll go to duplicate and choose screen instead of whatever that was. I'll go to my text, go to settings, enable motion blur, put the quality to 10 and this to 200. I'll hit Control save. Now it will stutter a bit, so just right click here, uncheck high quality, and check proxy and auto proxy, and come to this playback and go to timeline proxy resolution and bring it to quarter. Now a little bit faster, but not better. And you can basically see that how it will look. And I think it is actually looking really good. It is very smooth. And okay, I'll disable it just for a moment. I'll again come to this playback and hit full. And maybe we can do something with this duplicate. I'll go to this blur, increase the blur just a tad bit. Yeah, now it is looking really good. I'll maybe increase it to 25. I think that will work. What if I increase it to 50? Actually, that's too much. We don't need that much. So I'll hit 20. 20 is nice. Okay. I'll again go to playback, numbness, resolution, and quarter. So now we have something like this, and it does looks nice. It's a little slow, but that's because of motion blur. If I remove motion blur, then it will play something like this. So okay, that's good. The next thing which I'm going to do is I want to copy this and bring it to like to the whole canvas. So again, I'll hit a duplicate node. I'll hit shift plus spacebar and add a duplicate node over here, and then change its. Uh, okay, I'll take this duplicate, hit Control C to copy, and now I'll hit Control Shift V to get this instance duplicate. And I'll add this instance duplicate by holding shift into the pipeline, and as you can see that you have this color shift in the pipeline. Just release it. I mean, not release your shift, but release your left mouse cursor, and now you have this instance duplicate. Now I have explained what is this instance duplicate in our previous video, so if you haven't watched them, please go and watch them out. I highly recommend those. Let's increase my copies to somewhere around 5. Reduce its increase its by position, and I'll add one more duplicate. Hit shift plus spacebar, add another duplicate, and here type 3. And now instead of changing the y value, change x value to somewhere like 0.84 maybe. Hit Control S to save, and then I'll hit Control C to copy this, and again Control Shift V to get an instance duplicate. Hold Shift, and you can see the color shift change. Release the cursor. Now it's attached. After that, what we can do is I'll add one transform node. I'll hit shift plus spacebar, and either you can type transform or you can type XF, which is short form for transform. I'll close my caps lock. Okay, so here in transform, I'll change my edges to wrap, and now if I reduce the size or increase the size, you can see what's happening. So what I'll do is I'll come to my first frame and keyframe my center and go to my last frame and change my center's position to something like this. Let's see what's happening. I think that it's a little too fast. So let's do one thing, go to it and hit Control D to change the clip's duration. And here I'll type 10 instead of 5. Save it. Go again back to Fusion. And instead of having this keyframe here, I'll go to last frame. Again, I keyframe it. Go to previous frame. Delete this keyframe. Yeah, this much speed is fine. So I'll select them again. Hit Control P to enable them. And the speed is totally fine. Let's do one more thing, which is to add special effects. I'll hit this transform, just plus space bar, add a glow node, change the glow size to maybe 20. So decrease my glow a little. Okay, I'll come to my background, I shift the space bar and type here film damage. I have told all of these things in my previous video, so if you haven't checked that out, please go and check that out, guys. It's actually really good. So as you can see that it's a lot. So instead of 5, you can check 4. I'll blur it more, a little bit more, and what else can we do? We can hit 0 on temp shift, because it's by default towards a little bit more yellow side, which is good because film is obviously to bring the retro feel. But right now I don't want to bring the retro feel back. I go to the scratch color, increase its value, and change its strength. This is I'll reduce it. I don't want that blurry scratch, and reduce its speed as well as the amplitude and also the flickering speed. So moving randomness, I also reduce this. Okay, I think that is looking really nice. I'll add another scratch, scratch. I'm sorry. I'll change its speed as well as its amplitude, its moving randomness, flickering speed, and decrease the scratch blur. I think that is looking really nice. What else we can do is maybe we can increase the speed of this a little bit more as well as the amplitude. And yes, that's pretty much. I'll also reduce the flickering speed of it and decrease its color a bit more and also the color of the scratch. Okay, and after glow, I'll add a soft glow, increase its glow size to 12, reduce its glow to somewhere around here, add an aperture diffraction node, change it to hexagon, bring its aperture size to full, take my result gamma to all the way 0.5, then I'll reduce my brightness to maybe like this. Any which ways, okay. After this, you can add prism blur, but already I have this purple effect over my duplicacy, so I will not add my prism blur as it will make it more sharp. So instead, I'll add my film grain at last. Film grain, I'll add this film grain. Decrease my texture to 0. Zoom in it a little bit. Go to playback, timeline proxy resolution. I'll hit full. Hit Control S to save. And reduce the softness to 0. Increase opacity to 1. And increase my strength to 0.33. I'll again hit Control S. Save it. Maybe we can do one thing. We can increase its size a little bit more. Or maybe we can decrease it. Yeah, we'll decrease it to 0.6. I'll hit Control F again. I'll go to background and increase the value a little bit to make it a little bit grayish. Let me just add my vignette at last, which is cherry on top. I'll increase its softness, increase anamorphism, increase softness something around here. Decrease my softness to something like that. Go to color page and just a little. Really, like you have to be precise. Increase your lowers, increase your highlights just a little bit. It's already clipping, but it'll make a lot of difference. And as you can see, and the last thing which you can do is click on shadow to see what's covered. Yeah. So come to the shadows and bring it toward a little bit of cyan, which will add that kind of cinematic look. Okay, not that much, but just a little. Disable it and enable it. You can see that it adds a lot of difference. So I think, okay, that's still a lot. Maybe you can decrease it a little bit more. And now if I enable and disable it, disable and enable, yeah, you can see there is a difference. And you can use the color page effects library to add any of the effect which you like. And yeah, I mean, I think there's nothing else that we can do. I mean, there will be many things that you can do, but that's pretty much it, guys. Let me just render it very quickly and then show this to you. And guys, as you can see, we have our render. I'll just put it on repeat. And I think that it is looking really, really good. The thing which I would like to change is obviously grain size a little bit. I'll keep strength as it is. And by the way, other than that, it's looking so like it's looking so cool. So can do one thing instead of just rotating it. This we can rotate it like a whole rotation laps it can take, and that will really look amazing. Because right now it's just adding this little motion trail, and if we do that, in which I'm telling you that you can increase the rotation to take a full round, like you can add 360 degrees. If I'll come back to here again, I'll close this. If I come back here to text and go to my transform, instead of this little sharing, you can go to rotation and put a 360 rotation. Okay, so that will make it look better. And that's it, guys. That's how you make this kind of a title effect. And this is just basic animation. You can do so much more, and you can make it so much, like you can take it to a next level, and you can do some advanced things on it that will make it look super duper cool. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. If you really enjoyed this, then please like the video and subscribe to the channel and press that bell icon, which is just when you will subscribe in this channel, you will get that bell icon. Click on that and turn on notifications, because I'm gonna bring much content really soon, and that will be related to typography as well as to motion graphics. And we'll just explore Fusion, look at all of the tools that are available in Fusion. And I hope that you got to learn something from this tutorial, and if you really did, then please, you know the drill, whatever. Okay, and that's pretty much it. I'll see you in the next one. And again, if you don't want to make all of this by yourself, you just want to grab the template of it, so you can get the template. You can get the link provided in the description as well as on the comment section below. You just have to click on that link, and by clicking on that link, you will be redirected to a website, and you can get this title as well as there are many bunch of titles now. And you can say that I'm preparing a library, as I told you. There are many more titles. You can explore those too, and you can get those. You just have to download those and just click on it for once, and it will automatically install in your DaVinci Resolve software. So that's pretty much it. This is me signing off, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.